being sold whether on petrol, on diesel, or on kerosene. Look at the number of Starbucks petrol stations that are coming up all over this country. I'll give you the homework to go and check who owns Starbucks in this country. Check which companies are inside the G2G deal in this country. Then you will be able to understand who exactly is benefiting from this crisis. The three gentlemen who were caught during the Easter time in this scandal with 500 million shillings in their houses. What happened? They were given ni bail ama ni bond, and now they're scot-free. And they orchestrated the biggest scandal. We lost 12 billion, and now we are losing more. The person who is ending up suffering is the Kenyan Mwananchi. And the sad part is, Kenya is such a hegemony in the East African community. We are supposed to be the country that holds the region together. We have everything that we need for Kenyans to thrive. But we have a corrupt government that is losing 3 billion a day. And if you accumulate the amount of money that is lost in a year, it comes to around 1 trillion. She has spoken about odious debt. We are meant to borrow 1.1 trillion in this financial year. But we are losing 1 trillion to corruption. It does not take an economist to understand that if you close the loopholes of corruption, then we will not need to borrow. Look at we are going to borrow 1 trillion domestically. Who is meant to benefit from that domestic borrowing? Who are the owners of banks in this country? The orchestrators of the same cartels that were spoken about in the previous regime, this current regime. The president now owns a bank in this country. Syrian Bank, he is the owner of that bank. If we are going to borrow 1 trillion domestically, of course Syrian Bank is going to contribute to that 1 trillion. So he is going to benefit from the interest. If you check the amount of money we are going to pay to debt, 2.5 trillion. Out of it, 1 trillion is the principal, 1.5 trillion is interest. So if we are paying 1.5 trillion to interest, of which most is going to domestic creditors, who is set to benefit? The same people who are in power telling us that they are the change that we need. They are the people who know that the president has the audacity to tell us that the president of Ethiopia came to him to ask for economic advice. Yet fuel, contrary to what she has said, petrol and diesel in Ethiopia is the cheapest in the region. Electricity in Ethiopia is costing less than 1 Kenya shillings today. So the only thing that we match
per unit is what we're talking
per unit.
Yeah.
That is what we're saying. The cost of electricity in Kenya per unit is close to 20-something shillings. So if Ethiopia was stable, they did not have war, they did not have the internal conflicts that they're facing, they would be way ahead of us, because the people in Ethiopia have been shielded in terms of cost of production. But our budget for defense in Kenya is the same as the budget for defense in Ethiopia, yet Kenya is not at war.
All right. Now,